So lately I've been trying out this productivity hack, and when I first thought about it, I thought it was kind of ridiculous just because of how straightforward it is. But once I actually committed to applying this idea into my life, I began noticing how my productivity levels began to increase gradually over time. But if you guys are new here, hey, what's up? My name is Ali Cameron. I am a YouTuber that focuses on fashion, self-help, self-development, wellness. If any of those things sound interesting to you, be sure to like and subscribe. Anyways, what is this productivity hack that I am talking about? Simple. Whatever task you have planned out for the day, all you really have to do is put that task in front of you. So, say for example that you have an essay or you need to fill out a job application and you've been procrastinating on either of these things for whatever reason. What's the best thing to do is simply to put it in front of you, because I think what happens with people that tend to procrastinate is that they will do everything and anything to avoid whatever they need to get done, and that might quite literally include avoiding that task. So by essentially putting the task in front of you and just looking at it, you're cutting any distraction and getting right to what needs to be done. However, the exact opposite could be applied as well. So say you have something that is distracting you, for example, like your phone or social media, because I know those two are the biggest distractors in my life. What you essentially have to do is put it away. You can either put it in your pocket, or I know when I'm working, I like to put it behind my laptop. And if that doesn't work, you can do some other things. You can try do not disturb, or you can even limit your screen time. I know iPhone and Android have both those capabilities. For iPhone, what you have to do is to go to settings, then go to screen times, and there you can set limits on whatever app you want. So I should say that this idea isn't as straightforward as it sounds. When I began applying this idea into my life, I did run into some difficulties. And I think that'll happen if you tend to get distracted a lot, as was the case for me. I was very prone to checking my phone, scrolling through social media endlessly. But if you commit to simply putting whatever task in front of you, I think you will still notice your productivity levels begin to increase, because what I noticed from a personal standpoint is that whenever I had something to do and I would get distracted by it midway, I would still find myself returning to whatever I was doing before. And I think the reasoning for that is something more psychological. For example, meaning that I think we as people, when we do something and we have a specific amount of work we have to do and we don't finish it and get distracted, there's that feeling in the back of our head that whatever we were doing was left undone. And I think that's the feeling that gets us to return to finish whatever may need be. But putting away distractions really helps with productivity because it allows us to enter a deep focus state. This deep focus state is basically like being in the zone. It's when our concentration's at its peak, our creativity is at its best, and this can really only be achieved if you minimize your distractions, if you put your phone away, because this takes a certain amount of undisturbed concentration to achieve. So before I end things for this video, I want to leave with a sort of challenge for some of you viewers. If you are struggling with procrastination, I encourage you to think of whatever your next task is and to simply put it in front of you and eliminate any distractions. You don't necessarily need to start on whatever it is you're doing. Just sit there and have it in front of you, and what you'll start noticing is that you will start whatever task you have at hand, and you will see your productivity levels start to rise as well. But I think this is a good place to end the video. If you guys liked what I said, be sure to like and subscribe and comment. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Ali Cameron, and this is me signing off. I hope you guys have a good one.